Hello and welcome back to another Bad Movie Reviews review hosted by your favourite Chainsaw Man from Down Under, Ben, and I'm reviewing, as you can probably guess, it is Chainsaw Man, the movie, the Reze arc, which, if you're not familiar with, one of the most popular animes out of Japan at the moment. It is a film that is a follow-up of the TV series of the same name. Now there's only one series, one season at the moment with your 12 episodes, and then you've got the follow-up movie. Historically, a lot of anime movies have never really connected to the television show. However, Demon Slayer probably paved the way for this, because now you've got this film, which is a direct follow up to the first season. You've got Jujutsu Kaisen's movie, Demon Slayer's movie, and to be honest, it's a thing I would be extremely happy to continue because it's something that I think begs to be seen on the big screen, especially when you have these higher budgets as well. But to review the movie, I am a fan of Chainsaw Man. I have watched the show. I haven't read the manga, so forgive me if that's a bannable offense. But I've not read it. I'm actually wearing my Denji shirt right now, but which you probably can't see anyway. But I saw this one in IMAX, which I beg, if you can, do go see it in IMAX, as the visual and the sound, it's top notch. Now, if you haven't watched the show, it's probably somewhat still accessible to watch and kind of follow along. I would beg you, though, to watch the show or read or maybe look at a somewhat of a summary even. It is still accessible, but I still recommend watching the show, those 12 episodes, to actually get into the movie knowing and being up to date with obviously what's about to happen. But I obviously didn't know what to expect going into the film, being as I haven't read the manga. I'm not up to date, obviously up to date with the show, but I had a ball with this film. It's the second anime film I've seen come out this year, obviously with Demon Slayer, Infinity Castle, and this being the second. And I can really understand why it's a beloved arc. I know it's obviously talked about a lot, but I think you know what you're getting. Obviously, it's somewhat cheesy, romantic at times. It's funny, it's entertaining, and the action. To talk about the film itself, the action on the big screen, it looked impeccable. The animation is fantastic. The sound that goes with it, some of the songs, the score that really accompanies these action sequences really get you really invested. And I think the sound really amplifies the film. The sound design throughout the film, not only just the music, but the sound design is fantastic and second to none. And if you can see it in the film in the cinemas, I recommend it. I went and watched the subbed version, so I'm not sure about the dubbed. If you're watching this wanting to know what the English voice acting's like, I can't really comment on that, unfortunately. I might go see dubbed. I usually watch the show subbed anyway, but I'm actually really impressed because I obviously knew what was going to eventuate in seeing these big action scenes, obviously. Um, but my opinion on it is I actually really connected, and the moment when going home, I immediately thought about all the slower moments in the film that really allowed these characters to grow and have more development. And I think this film, while it has these impeccable action sequences, I actually think the film really shines in its quieter, slower moments and the humility of that and the human factor. And I think that's really connected with me, made me really care more about what these characters are experiencing through this film and what's going on. And that's just to praise, obviously, the writing and the character development. I think, obviously, going from a TV show where you have this development for 12 episodes to the movie obviously really helps that. Don't get me wrong, but I really think the characters of Makama and Reze are impactful as well. Obviously, they're quite impactful. They're still somewhat secretive, and I think going forward, it's maybe more intrigued, obviously, about what's going to unfold. Obviously, as I said, I read the manga, so I can't or don't know. I'm happy to sit here and wait for the television shows, the seasons, or the movies to come out. But all the characters really shined in this. I feel like every character shined. There was moments of humility between all the characters, and the action to accompany that I thought was just fantastic. But overall, I really, really had a great time with this. I think this was a really fun, fantastic film, and to be honest, it probably caught me somewhat off guard about how funny this specific movie was. Um, just going by the trailer, I thought it was just going to be fully action packed, but the amount of comedy in the film really pleased me as well. Um, it's somewhat having that comedy obviously somewhat lets you guard down and you laugh, and then obviously these moments impact you that are obviously more on the emotional side. And I just had a ball, and I think I I've never had an issue understanding Denji. Um, I think that development there is just something that's really intrigued me, and going forward, it still is, and it's something that really is interesting in this film as well. And I just can't wait to see where that character goes. But overall, I had a ball with this. If you have seen it, comment below. I believe it's been out in Japan for a month now, and I think it gets the wide release obviously today um, when I've seen it. So I think it's out everywhere now. But if you have seen it, comment below, let me know what you think. If you like the review, give it a like, follow us for more. We'll catch you next time.